Everybody, it's time for Just Ask Gigi Live. My name is Tom Alexander, and of course, this is the one, the only, Gigi Stetler. Hey, Gigi.
Hi.
All right, so here we go with episode number 3, I believe.
I think so.
And lots of stuff to talk about today. Actually, some really cool stories, something pretty special to tell you about, and your questions. So that's great, and there's a lot to tell. First of all, I think we need to know, because we've had a lot of these come in. Here we go, right here. A lot of questions asking, what exactly does the RV advisor stand for? What do we do? You're most qualified to share that, that's for sure.
We're an association for consumers, to protect consumers' rights, give them knowledge, arm them with information so that they can make intelligent decisions. Because there is nobody actually to stand up for consumers and to guide them through this very complex industry.
Yeah, there's a lot to navigate, that's for sure. And even the most experienced RV person, a driver or RV user for years, may not know all the changing trends and all the things that are going on. That's your job. That's exactly, all that stuff. So, hey, this thing just happened to me, Gigi, what do I do? And listen, there's a lot of questions right here that we're going to get to in just a little bit.
Awesome.
But we have a very interesting story that you shared last night online.
Which one?
Well, the military, the veterans.
Well, I've always had a passion for, anyone that I'm always about giving back, and our veterans, have given their life to us and their families, to serve our great country. So I've always, from day one, wanted veterans to have a free lifetime membership and put them into the Rewards Club, which is lifetime. And a lot of veterans are either RVers, or they just they need a place to escape and try to get back into civilization or whatever it takes. But they definitely need to be recognized. So. Veterans out there, please join up. It's free for you. You'll be able to take advantage of all the discounts, from anything from camping discounts. But our Rewards Club, let's say you just type in your zip code of either where you live or where you're going, and you want restaurants. Hundreds of restaurants will pop up. You can buy gift certificates, say $25 for a restaurant, and you'll pay between $8 and $10 for it. Yeah. And it's not like Groupon, where you walk in with a Groupon coupon kind of thing. Right. It's an actual gift certificate. So it's between 40 to 50 to 60% off of everything from movies to. So anyway, that's part of the Rewards Club, and that's for veterans, and it's free. And as a member, if you buy a 3-year membership, it's $69 for 3 years. You also get into the Rewards Club. So it's just you make that back in your first initial membership.
Yeah. Plenty of discounts to be had, that's for sure. And just so many other advantages of being part of the RV Advisor membership. It's just, it's great. And like I said, we are going to get to these questions and your questions online shortly. But we have something new to talk about, and this is something that's a real initiative that we're just getting off the ground now, and it's called the long name for it, let me just get this in my head, it's the Recreational Vehicle Advisor Consumer Association. Shortened, that's the RVACA, the RVACA.org. And if you go to RVACA.org, there's actually something there now. There's just a sort of a landing page right now, because we're building it. And but it will soon be populated with a lot of great information, links, all kinds of stuff. Tell us exactly what the RVACA is.
Well,
and I'm not going to ever say Recreational Vehicle Consumer Advisor. Forget it.
Basically in the industry, there is what's called the RVIA, which is Recreational Vehicle Industry Association. And what that is that's for the industry. It's an association that protects and fights and lobbies laws and things for the manufacturers. Then they have the RVDA, which is the Recreational Vehicle Dealer Association, and that is to basically, they have their seat in Washington as well, to lobby for the dealers and to protect dealers and rules and regulations for dealers. Well, there is no nobody to protect no association for the consumer side. So
Till now.
So the purpose of our association is get our seat in Washington because and I had I was on the RVUSA show last night with Eleanor and so many interesting questions came in, and then I actually had some emails this morning with some folks thinking that I'm here to challenge the lemon law but the RVIA actually had had lobbied against having no lemon law in the RV industry.
Mm-hmm.
And then they actually bragged about it, that they prevailed in Congress and there's no lemon law, in the RV industry.
Mm.
So because there was nobody on the consumer side to step up.
Yeah.
But so anyway, a couple of concerns and questions were like, well, if you think you're gonna, they've got deep pockets and the association has deep pockets and we'll never win fighting the lemon law. But that's not really our goal. Is not to have a lemon law. Our goal is to protect the consumer so it doesn't get that far. There's so many things that can be done, and there are actually so many laws in place that can prevent you to even have to lemon law or need a lemon law. So anyway, I'm trying to we need those resources, which we have, and they're expensive to get more, but we need, putting together the resources to protect the consumer and give them and arm them with these rules that are already in place to protect them. So that's what our association is for.
Yeah, it's great, and it's RVACA.org. That's RVACA.org. And like I said, if you go there now, it's pretty much just the landing page. But soon, there'll be more and more information, more links, contacts, all kinds of stuff to help you. And even though it might take a little time to get that coveted seat in the nation's capital, there's still a lot we can do.
Well, we were talking last night about it, and so there's 6.9 registered RV owners in USA right now. 6.9 million. There are 13 million RV users in the United States. There's 2,900 and some odd, almost 3,000 RV dealers in the United States, and then there's maybe 4 to 5 major manufacturers right now.
Mm-hmm.
So if you think about our 6.9 million registered RV owners, if all 6.9 million registered RV owners was a member of the RVACA.org, do you know how much power we would have? We'd have more. We would have so much more power, and that they would have to listen to us. And that's the mission: is to have that power to overtake them. So we will have stamina if we all jump on board.
Yeah, it's a perfect example of the strength of numbers.
Exactly.
Yeah, situation there, no question about it. And we're going to ask, and hopefully get some answers on a few questions that have come in. Clifford Kreider writes, "What's the best way to sell my RV?"
That's a good question. I don't think that you or anybody should attempt to sell them privately unless you've got the patience and you've got some type of security and stuff, because there's so many scammers out there on Craigslist, which it's happened. My brother was trying to sell his boat, and every day he'd get a new Federal Express check, cashier's check would come in the mail, and then they'd want to pick up the boat, and they're fake cashier's checks. So it's a little sketchy out there to sell something on your own. I recommend, find a local dealer, your local dealer, and put it on consignment. Agree at a price, and don't agree at a price of what you're going to net, and let the dealer, is going to make a little profit, but it's out of your hair. The one thing you don't want to do is, if you sell it yourself, is, you're putting yourself at arm's way. So if something happened, the water heater failed or the air conditioner failed or something, the guy's going to be banging on your door all night. So, let that to the professionals and get it to a dealer, that'll take it on consignment.
Brian White wants to know, what kind of warranties do you have for trailers?
That's an awesome question. We have extended warranty programs. We have several different companies, and if you would type in you just send us an inquiry, go right to our service page for a quote. We need your year, make, and model, and date of purchase, and it's very, very, very affordable. Travel trailers range from like $1,700 to maybe $2,800 for depending on the age of it, up to 7 years. So they have great coverage, and that's usually bumper to bumper.
And Sally Bender wants to know, she's looking for something, a camper, actually, a used camper, and what might be affordable for someone on a lower income?
If you're on a budget, I highly, strongly recommend, and for everybody out there that's looking to purchase an RV, please visit your local dealer. Stay within 100 miles of your dealership, because you're going to need them for help, and definitely buy an extended warranty on if you're going to buy a low budget travel trailer. Make sure that you buy a warranty with it. We can help you out. We can do a sign and drive and sell you a policy before you drive off the lot. If you do want to buy something private, I don't recommend that, especially on a low budget. Make sure you buy a warranty, which we can help you out with that before you take delivery. But I strongly do not recommend buying anything private if you're on a low budget, because most of the stuff that's out there has issues.
Let's see, we got something coming up online here, and this is from, let's see, is it Jane Joe, right? So, Jenna Joe, okay. Yeah, the eyes are going, folks. Once you hit the magic 50, it's a problem. I recently bought my travel trailer and wondered about what you recommend as necessary to take on a long trip. I have space, like it, so bare minimum is okay. So
the necessities
of
what to take with you.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. I actually wrote an article on that, on packing your RV that I believe it was in either the New York Times or Washington Post or something, but anyway, a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I have rules. So you get 5 pieces of Tupperware, the Tupperware that you get at Walmart or whatever, 5 plastic Tupperwares. And if it doesn't fit in those 5 Tupperwares, you don't bring it, and you don't need it. You got one for kitchen, you got one for bedding, you got one for miscellaneous, and you got clothes, shoes, and that's it.
Yeah,
that's all you need.
That's it, right? So it's a little bit of bare minimum stuff, but enough to get you where you're going.
5 Tupperwares is all you need.
5 Tupperware.
And I'll tell you what. Yeah, and I'll tell you what. Like people that come in, they bring their unit into my personal dealership for service, or they're trading in or something like that.
Right.
You wouldn't believe how much stuff. And as they're unpacking it to move into their new camper, they're like, "Oh, I haven't seen these shoes in 5 years. I haven't seen this." It's like amazing, all the stuff they've never ever used. So start small. Don't bring everything in the house. Just use the 5 Tupperware rule, and I promise you'll get by.
This is Just Ask Gigi Live with Gigi Stetler. My name is Tom Alexander. We continue. We've got some more questions here. Cheyenne Bards, I believe I got that name properly. Taking my first RV trip and wondering about finding dump stations. Yeah, dump stations. All right. Wow, that's all right.
Well,
what do we know about that?
Well, as you travel, when you're on a highway, you'll see a lot of those little signs, the little camping signs. They have they're like a tent, and they have a little hat over them, and those are normally campgrounds with full hookups that are right off the interstate, and you can pull in there, and normally if you're not staying overnight, they'll probably charge you a $10 dump fee. But in general, like if you're not camping remotely, you're going to have a place that has full hookups. And if they don't have full hookups on the site that you're staying on, they have to, by law, have a dump station on the property. So they'll possibly charge you an extra fee for dumping.
Yeah, and I'm told one of our producers mentioned that there's a website called Sandy Dump, SANIDUMP, Sandy Dump, and I guess that helps you out too with locations and information that you need. So that's pretty cool. All right, well, thank you. And let's take a look here. Melissa Langvaugh, I think. Forgive me if I'm sure.
That looks like Irish writing to me.
Our Irish producer,
Yes, our
straight
Irish
from Dublin, or or Galway,
Galway.
actually, Galway, right? This is the RV Advisor. What is the RV Advisor membership? Well, we sort of addressed that, but there are many, many things that that you can take advantage of. You mentioned discounts, right?
Yes.
And of course, all the services. There's roadside assistance, tire and wheel, extended warranties.
We're not. I don't want to be known as just a discount. We're not just a discount membership club. That's not what we are. We offer those as a bonus. But what we are is a community and an association to protect your rights and to give you valid information that you need to navigate the industry. So the discounts is a perk. I don't want to be known as
a discount house.
That's not
Yeah.
that's not our specialty. But we have amazing discounts that you get just by being a member. So, but our mission is to protect owners' rights.
Right. And so that answers Stanley Buck's question of what do you guys do? Well, that's
what we do.
That's what we do, right? Let's take a look here. We have another one that was sent to us from John Martin, the 2008 Monaco Camelot. And over the past few months, I have a what he calls a lazy ram.
A lazy ram on
on one of the sides. What should I do?
Well, I mean, I could troubleshoot that for you on our virtual diagnosing, but if you were here chatting with me live, I could probably give you a couple of things. One normal reason a slide room starts to go slow is that your 12 volt is low. That's usually your number one problem, is check your 12 volt. Even if it's reading, your amperage is reading correctly, you may want to check the life of the battery and put a meter right on the battery. But that's usually one issue. The other issue, check your levels and make sure that the room or your jacks are down, because if you're not level, sometimes the room gets kinked, and if you need to push it on one corner or the other, it could be out of adjustment as well, and you might need an adjustment.
You know what's amazing to me is 32 years going on.
33.
Almost 33. November 14th.
Yes.
Is 33 years in the industry.
And I'm still here, still standing.
Pretty amazing. And I would imagine, I mean, obviously you can only read and study up so much on what there is to learn, right? Okay, here's the problem, here's the solution, and you read it in some kind of a manual or a book. But really, it's getting your hands on. It's so much more than that, right? You really had to go through just living it.
But the manuals, a lot of times, the manuals are generic. So what happens is,
and eventually outdated too.
Well, they're more generic. Like if it's a Monaco coach, that owner's manual was for every Monaco out there, and some have a Lippert system. Some have an HWH system. So it depends on the system. So it may not tell you exactly in the owner's manual. So that's So the owner's manual doesn't normally help you, and if you can read that manual, you need more than a college degree to read their owner's manuals.
Got a question online. When renting out an RV, what happens to warranties, whether appliance manufacturers, RV dealers, extended warranties, TK manufacturers?
Super question.
Yeah.
A lot of people now are renting out their RVs, which I think is a good idea if you're handy, number one. But I will tell you that if the manufacturer knows that you're renting it, you do void your warranty because that's commercial use. But I highly, highly recommend that you have an extended warranty on it, because it's mainly, you have to have it, because if that RV is out with a customer and with a renter and the air conditioner breaks, you need to make that customer happy. So if you have to pay out of pocket full price for an air conditioner replacement on the road, someone's going to gouge you. If you have a warranty, it's going to get covered. But what I recommend is if you're planning to buy an RV knowing that you're going to rent it, buy it used or buy it new, but have the dealer title it as used with no factory warranty. Buy the extended warranty on it. This way you have no factory warranty, and you're going to be responsible for all of the structure because little things, cabinets, trim, things like that. But you've got to do a lot of maintenance on it. And I've seen more people renting and coming in here because they've never done any maintenance on it and they're falling apart. So, you've got to be careful.
If you don't have a warranty, I mean, is it often the fact that you sort of are at the mercy of a dealer? You're going in and you're saying, "Hey, I need this taken care of." Are they sort of like wringing their hands, saying, "Oh, here comes another one"? I mean, does that happen a lot?
I have to say, well, as far as it's not as much as what the dealers do. It's more of a like mobile service centers when you're on the road.
Yeah.
That's when you get into dangerous territory. And I have a perfect example. 1 o'clock this morning, well, I didn't get to see it until 7 this morning when I woke up, but a caller had called in, and he was on the side of the road with his family at 1 a.m. and wanted to buy roadside assistance, and get him off the road. Well, it was a little late because he didn't buy the roadside assistance before he broke down. But we talked to that customer this morning. $1,985 later, he was off the road.
Yikes.
Yep, and all they did was replace 4 batteries in his motorhome. So we don't even know if he really needed 4 batteries. So
yeah,
that's the problem. It's the roadside people that, if you have roadside assistance, which costs, our roadside is $99 a year. Had he had the roadside, they would have gone there and they would have jumped him, for free. And if the batteries weren't, jumpable, and he had extended warranty, or some, at least they're monitored and they don't, because they're under the guidelines, because they work with these extended warranty companies. So it's basically called flat rate. So they can't overcharge because it's flat rate. That they're only going to pay so much for battery changing and things like that.
So really the moral of the story is, really be prepared. I mean,
yeah.
We learn that in Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, right? I mean, it's just like that. Be prepared.
Yeah.
You got to go in when you have your RV. Pay the $99
and get your roadside
roadside assistance, because it can save you literally hundreds, thousands sometimes.
Yeah.
This guy, you said he paid
$1,945 just to get off the road.
Yeah.
But what you were asking about dealers, like we do a lot of extended warranty here at my personal dealership.
Yeah.
And let's just say your air conditioner, you need a new air conditioner, and if you have extended warranty, you just pay the deductible, whether you have a $50, $100 limit, whatever your deductible is, and we get paid from the warranty company. Well, we're under contract with the warranty company, so I believe we get $1,500 or $1,600 to replace an air conditioner. Well, if you were customer pay out of pocket, it would cost you $1,900, because that's the real rate for an air conditioner, is like $1,900 and something. But because we're under contract with the extended warranty company, we can only charge $1,500. So anybody else is going to charge you the $1,900.
Right. Well, I think we don't have any more questions that were sent in early, but I think, and online, I think we've covered it all today. So
awesome.
We really appreciate your time and interactivity here with the show. We encourage you to let your friends know about us. We're here every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, and we'll be talking about issues that are important in the RV industry, as well as answering your questions. And if you want to contact the RV Advisor, it's info@thervadvisor.com. That's info@thervadvisor.com. And our number is 833-229-0911. That's 833-229-0911. And don't forget that the RVACA.org is online. And again, we just have a landing page right now, but that will be growing very, very soon.
We need your support.
And we absolutely need your support.
We need all 6.9 million registered RV owners to be part of this association, so that we can fix it.
Yeah, but we'll take 6 million.
No, I'm greedy. 6.9.
6.9. Get them all.
I want them all.
All right. Well, for Gigi Stetler, I'm Tom Alexander. This is Just Ask Gigi. We thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again next Thursday at 2 p.m. So long, everybody. Bye-bye.
Peace out. Thank you.